honey.
We're bringing in Kelly and Suki. Want to come in and talk to you today.
Hello, everybody.
Come on in and have a seat.
Come on, Suki. Hello, Suki. It's so nice to meet you. She's going big dog, big dog, big dog. I smell big dog. I smell big dog. Well, we did just have a big dog visiting us. You're very, very smart, aren't you? Mom is very worried about me. Yes, she is very worried about you, isn't she? Yes. She said, tell Mom it doesn't hurt. She wants to know. She wants you to know. It doesn't hurt when she has her seizures, okay? She says, tell Mom it doesn't hurt. She says she just kind of goes into a, does she do the head tilt? Because I'm getting like, I feel my head feeling, okay. Because she says, just kind of go into like a fog kind of thing. And then she sleeps afterwards, right? She'll sleep afterwards? All right, all right. And I think that's common anyway. I love your haircut.
That was yesterday.
Oh, you look so fancy and pretty.
Usually it's very long fur.
You look so fancy and pretty. So Suki's here because we would like to try to send her some Reiki to help with her seizures. Now I do get her seizures come from back here, the back of her head. Not that it makes a whole lot of difference where it comes from, but I would like to at least redirect her energy a little bit so that we can try to help with those seizures. Okay, so I'm going to get down here because it makes it a little bit easier for me to work with her. Okay, and Reiki is just pulling in universal energy and great healing energy from ascended masters and angels and sending it in to whomever we happen to be working with, in this case Suki. Let me see if she's going to take it. How's that? How's that, huh? You feel that? Over her left eye, she gets pressure here, over her left eye. Because I feel that on my right, the animals always come to me this way. But anyway, she gets this kind of pressure in her eye. I will keep an eye on that. Just I think there's a link of that to the seizures, but just in case. Just in case. I mean, I don't know if it could be something else besides just the seizure. But I definitely feel like the seizure starts up here and goes up the left side, so it could be part of that. But I would just rather have you be on the safe side with that. So next time you go to the vet, you know, I actually feel her eyes starting to close a little bit. So ask them somehow, you'll get the right words on how to, you know, if that could be part of the seizure or not part of the seizures. Good girl. Okay. And that's Bo. That's Bo, Miss Suki. That's Bo. So what do you want to talk about, Suki? How long have you had her?
I got her in August of 2008.
Okay. And where was she before you had her?
She was at a shelter in Jackson.
What was her name there? Was it Suki or was it something else?
It was Avalon.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought your little face looked familiar. We'll get into that later. Okay, so, there you go. So she shows me that she was actually happy when Animal Control picked her up, right?
They didn't tell me anything.
Okay.
They just said they found her wandering.
So I guess that's more than likely. I mean, somebody could have found her and brought her in, but she's showing me an animal control officer. So, yeah, I know you were scared. You were scared. You weren't so thrilled with animal control, right? I know. I get it. I do. I know. That wasn't so good, was it?
She has a lot to say.
But she was awfully happy about being in there when she found out that everyone there was nice, right? And you got lots of food and lots of treats and lots of walks. Yeah, you had lots of people who liked you, huh? You had lots of people who liked you there. Yeah. So anyway, you know, for some dogs, the shelter is a very, very scary place. But for her, it was a relief to be there. She was cold and wet and hungry, and I feel like she had spent a lot of time either in somebody's backyard or even just wandering for a long time to get a lot of outside time before she came in. She doesn't have that now. Does she have a fear of outside at all? Being alone outside now?
Not that I noticed. I mean, she seems to like to be in the yard. When I go outside, she'll just be laying there, kind of like off in her own zone. Like she's on another planet.
Just because of what she went through, sometimes that develops a fear. So I was
But
wondering
it's
if
a
she had-
tiny yard, though. It's
Oh, so
really,
it's nice and
really-
secure. Is it fenced in?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a
so
small
it's
fenced-in
secure.
yard. Yeah.
All right, so no wonder why she would feel safe. All right, that makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense then, because she's you know, because if it was
She's never run around a big yard before, not with me.
um,
She's either been in an apartment with me, or now that
Okay.
we're renting a small house, the yard is
she likes
mostly
small.
deck.
She likes small. Too big is too scary. She likes small. She said she doesn't want to have to eat roadkill again. Aww.
Poor baby.
Yeah, she doesn't want to have to go through that again. She's very happy right now. She gets good treats. She has a good place to sleep. It's nice and warm. She says that she's safe enough to lay on her back and show her belly. Does she show you her belly sometimes? Okay. But she says, I'm safe enough to show my belly now. And that's a real security thing with dogs. You know, they don't show their belly if they don't feel safe.
That's what she mostly does.
Oh, okay, good. So that's, you know, good. I just so you know, the whole time I'm talking to her, I am working with her as well. I still want you to text me her picture though.
Sure.
Okay, come here, sweetheart. I want to work. Will you let me work on your head a little bit? Come here. Okay, so what we want to do is take some of that negative energy that's bothering her and just pull it right out. Nice. That was a good yawn. Okay. You're okay.
Okay,
So-
good too. Here we go.
Because we're doing the release. Connie is a Reiki master also. She's very in tune to my energy since she was my student. Okay, so the way that I see seizures through energy is like if you took a garden hose and you cut a piece out, but you had water running through both pieces and you had it in a bucket, okay? And when that fills up with the water, you've got to dump it over or it'll spill over. So to me, it's like there's a disconnect in an energy line, and that energy just kind of builds up in one spot, and the seizure is the release. In energy, that's what it is. I know there's a whole lot of different medical things that can explain it differently, but to me, that's what it is. So what I like to do is, if they are ready, and you know, a lot of times that comes from a traumatic, time in their life, that they will create a disconnect. She didn't have a real good life before you, okay? That the people that had her before she was out on the street and before she went to the shelter, that was not her first home. It was her second or third home. She was not in a good place at one point in time, okay? I know she was kicked. I can tell you that because I keep getting the boot in the rib. So what I'm going to do here, being that she's showing me this, tells me she's okay to release this, which means we can reconnect the disconnected energy. So what I just do is I've taken those two hose pieces we were talking about. It's actually two energy lines or meridian lines. And I just take them and put them back together. And we take the excess energy that she's holding. And we help her release it down and out. And we draw roots on all four legs and off the tail, so that the excess energy now has a drain off or a run off, and hopefully this should help with their seizures. I've done this before for other dogs, and some have stopped, and cats, and some have stopped completely with seizures. Some they go to a very mild level. But if she's willing to let this happen, if it's possible for this to be cured, and she's willing to have it, it'll be done. Because even the pain in my eye is now leaving, which is because I'm so empathic. I pick up on what they have, and what they show me, and what they feel, and what they know. I'll feel it in my body. whatever they're experiencing, right?
Suki, come on. Come over. But she's smart. She'll show you her belly, no problem, right?
She is
Showing
smart.
off.
Well, because she tunes into your head. You see, it's a defense mechanism. She learned to tune into people's heads to know whether they were going to harm her or be nice to her.
Did she have a treat? Oh yeah, oh my goodness. Did she? Oh, that's what's in there, treat?
She had learned that sometimes some people can be nice one minute and nasty the next, where she was before. Okay, so she learned to tune into people's heads. Okay, to find out if they were going to be nice or if they weren't going to be nice. So she right away, it's the first thing she does is she gets in somebody's head and she looks around and she makes sure that they're not going to harm her. Because you can see, she says that you know when I don't like somebody, because I will do this. And I will move away from somebody, or I will growl at somebody if I don't like them and I don't trust them.
She got that nose.
Yeah.
They called her bipolar. When I called them on the phone, I was looking for a little dog, to adopt. We're not really showing her to anyone. She's bipolar, which makes us her.
She's not bipolar though. She just can get in people's heads and know who's good and who's not.
She's discerning.
Yeah, she's discerning. Yes, yes.
She picked me though. When they took me in the room and I sat down and they opened the door and there was a bunch of us in the room, she came running and jumped right in my lap.
Oh, very smart.
And I was like, let's go.
See, she knew that you were the right one. She knew that you were the one that would take the best care for her.
They said they weren't showing her to anyone. I took that as they were probably going to put her down. So I came that day. I was like, all right, I'll be there after work. And I came and I took her.
Or they might have been looking for a rescue for her.
Yeah, right.
A rescue to work with her if they did think she had a bipolar issue. I don't feel like she has a bipolar issue. I understand the seizure thing. But again, I feel like that is a disconnect from when she was harmed. She doesn't, it's a defense mechanism where she can look inside people's heads, but she doesn't understand how people can be cruel for no reason.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to her.
Yeah.
She says,
Me
but you're
either.
not like that. No one in her life is like that now.
You love Nick, right?
You know, she's been dying to go there.
I know, thank you.
She loves her
She
daddy.
does. She loves him. She adores him.
She's a daddy's girl.
She's quite spoiled.
Good.
That's
That's as it
usually
should
on.
be.
When they are releasing things,
That's as it should
because I'm
be.
so empathic, I pull it in and yawn it out.
That's
So,
okay, Bubba.
I yawn through all my Reiki sessions. I do. I yawn through all of them. It's okay. It's okay.
Bless you. Bless
You just don't like the fact that Bo's up high and you're down here. That's okay. That's all right. Okay, so yes, that's the spot, huh? I know I don't want to bother your hot spot too
She's
much.
a talker. Are you talking?
She is
Oh,
fabulous.
excuse you.
Oh, see, but that's part of a release. So
Yeah.
and like I said, she might get real sleepy, but I'm gonna keep this energy flowing for her, as I feel a change in her head already, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll bring one on though, by the way, and then they start to taper off, just so you know to be prepared. And then you can get her off this medicine because this medicine's upsetting the rest of her system.
Yeah. I hate her on it.
Yeah, she hates it too. It's upsetting the rest of her system, but it's helping with the seizures, so it's like,
Yeah.
the lesser of evils, right? Okay, so anyway, before we end, do you have anything you want me to ask her for you?
She loved my grandmother more than anything. Yeah, I swear she was more my grandmother's dog than she was mine. I lived with my grandmother for a time, but when I would go to my grandma's, she'd run right to her. My grandma had this recliner, and she'd sit on top of the recliner. And since my grandma passed, I always felt like how, she
think she
missed
missed
her. Yeah, I always felt bad for her.
Well,
You
she
know?
understands. See, animals have a very good grip on death, and they understand death, and they also understand that our loved ones come back and look in on us. But she felt like Grandma needed the most dog comfort at that time, and that's why she was going to Grandma. Grandma needed the dog comfort.
Oh, Grandma comes to you and comforts you sometimes.
Yeah, Grandma comes back. They always do. I mean, they always do. They always come back to visit us all the time. But that's what she says. She says Grandma needed that energy the most at the time. She needed my
She used
heart.
to lick her all the time. She used to lick her feet and her legs. Always licking her feet and her legs.
And was she diabetic, your grandma?
No, she was anemic, and
Okay.
then she got leukemia, and that, she had septicemia. That's what she passed from.
Okay.
But she used to lick her feet and her legs all the time. She would never left her side. One time, my grandma says, "Go look at your baby. And she knows that. She goes to get her toy and she's sauntering. She goes, hurry up! And she starts to run. She's funny.
But that was who needed her at the time.
Grandma?
She said that she did a good job with her. I did a good job with her. I did a good job with her.
She made her really happy.
Yeah, I did my job with her. She needed me and I did what I was supposed to do, but she never thought that you weren't her owner.
She used to call her Pookie.
Aww. Well, Miss Suki, it was really nice to speak with you.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you came. Thank you for seeing us. I think you probably have more things to say. Maybe one day we'll get to talk to you again.
Give me your paw. Give me your paw.
And thank you for visiting us. And thank you for tuning in. Like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube because we have a lot more to come. And thank you for viewing this episode of SitSpeak.